most feigning, most loving mere folly, then hey ho the holly. This life is most jolly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. Myself, Sheila, John, Henry, Bill, and Maggie here to perform Shakespeare for you guys, randomly chosen by the Wheel of Shakespeare. Henry has to leave early today. He won't be able to participate in the scenes, so he will do our first monologue. And I'm on deck. I'll go after him. But first, so let's add Henry to the... There he is. Okay, so Henry is going to perform... Henry V, Act 4, Prologue. Now entertain conjecture of a time.
Okay.
So, okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Now entertain conjecture of a time when creeping murmur and the pouring dark fills the wide vessel of the universe. From camp to camp, through the foul womb of night, the hum of either army stilly sounds, that the fixed sentinels almost receive the secret whispers of each other's watch. Fire answers fire, and through their paly flames each battle sees the other's umbered face. Steed threatens steed, in high and boastful neighs, piercing the night's dull ear, and from the tents the armourers accomplishing the nights with busy hammers closing rivets up give dreadful note of preparation. The country cocks do crow, the clocks do toll, and the third hour of drowsy morning name. Proud of their numbers and secure in soul, the confident and over-lusty French do the low-rated English play at dice, and chide the crippled tardy-gated knight, who, like a foul and ugly witch, doth limp so tediously away. The poor condemned English, like sacrifices, by their watchful fires sit patiently and inly ruminate the morning's danger, and their gesture sad investigating, lank, lean. Cheeks and war-worn coats presenteth them unto the gazing moon, so many horrid ghosts. Oh, now, who will behold the royal captain of this ruined band walking from watch to watch, from tent to tent? Let him cry, praise and glory on his head, for forth he goes and visits all his host, bids them good morrow with a modest smile, and calls them brothers, friends, and countrymen. Upon his royal face there is no note how dread an army hath eroded him, nor doth he dedicate one jot of colour unto the weary and all-watched night, but freshly looks and overbears a taint with cheerful semblance and sweet majesty, that every wretch, pining and pale before, beholding him, plucks comfort from his looks. A largesse universal, like the sun, his liberal eye doth give to every one, thawing cold fear that means and gentle awe. Behold, as may unworthiness define, a little touch of Harry in the night. And so our scene must to the battle fly, where, oh for pity, we shall much disgrace with 4 or 5 most vile and ragged foils, right ill disposed in brawl ridiculous, the name of Agincourt. Yet sit and see, minding true things by what their mockeries be.
Okay, great, Henry. So, too bad you can't stay with us to do scenes, but glad you were able to join us temporarily to do that awesome monologue for us. Okay, so it is my turn now. I'm going to go, and then John is on deck. He will go after I perform. It's the wheel going to assign me. Yeah, they keep putting Juliet. Romeo and Juliet prologue. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Now it's John's turn. John, you're up, and Maggie is on deck. Maggie will go after John does. Camera, Titus Andronicus, My Lovely Erin. That's Act 2, Scene 3 of Titus. So whenever you're ready.
You know what? I I didn't note what the first lines are. My lovely Erin. I got it. I have it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. My lovely Erin, wherefore look'st thou sad, when everything doth make a gleeful boast? The birds chant melody on the bush, the snake lies rolled in the cheerful sun, the green leaves quiver with the cooling wind, and make a checkered shadow on the ground. Under their sweet shade, Erin, let us sit, and whilst the babbling echo mocks the hounds, replying shrilly to the well-tuned horns, as if a double hunt were heard at once. Let us sit down and mark their yelping noise, and after conflict such as was supposed the wandering prince and Dido once enjoyed, when a happy storm they were surprised and curtained with a counsel-keeping cave, we may, each wreathed in each other's arms, our pastimes done, possess a golden slumber, whilst hounds and horns and sweet melodious birds be unto us as is a nurse's song, a lullaby to bring her babe asleep. Like
Hey, thanks, John. So Maggie is now up, and then Sheila will. Okay, so Maggie is going to do.
Huh?
What would you like? What do you
Okay.
feel like doing?
I would like to try something that comes from a work that I'm working on. I've got it written down, and it's Holofernes from Love's Labor's Lost, and it's a couple of his. Is it okay if I just do it without being able to tell where it comes from? Like people won't be able to follow along.
Yeah, as long as you know where it is, that's all.
Yeah, I have it. I have it printed out, so I'm gonna be looking at it.
Spell the name right down there.
Say again. Oh, yes,
say-
that's right. That's right. Holofernes, and it's pretty highfalutin, people. I know, but I'm going to try it anyway.
You said this is from Love's Labor's Lost.
Correct.
Okay, so look forward to seeing something new here. Okay.
Okay. I will something affect the letter, for it argues facility. The prayful princess pierced and pricked a pretty pleasing pricket. Some say a sore, but not a sore, till now made sore with shooting. The dogs did yell, put L to sore, then sorrel jumps from thicket. Or pricket sore, or else sorrel, the people fall a hooting. If sore be sore, then L to sore makes 50 sores one sorrel. Of one sore I 100 make by adding but one more L. This is a gift I have, simple, a foolish, extravagant spirit, full of forms, figures, shapes, objects, ideas, apprehensions, motions, revolutions. These are begot in the ventricle of memory, nourished in the womb of pia mater, and delivered upon the mellowing of occasion. But the gift is good in those in whom it is acute, and I am thankful for it. Oh my gosh, I had the paper up in front of my face the whole time, didn't I?
You know, it's funny you say that. I didn't notice it. That was interesting.
When I took it away, it looked like it went across my face, but okay, that's great.
So as I try to remember to say every time that anybody spins wild card and in the process introduces something new, if you want to email me that, I can think about adding it to the wheel so it's
sure. Okay. I can.
Okay.
I combine it from a couple of parts together and skip what they say in between. Yeah.
Okay. That might be harder to put on the wheel, and it's because people can't do that spin it. Okay, but we'll think about it. So Sheila and then Bill, and then we'll spin for scenes. So Sheila's monologue is going to be. Gertrude, there is a willow about Ophelia's death. Act 4, Scene 7 in Hamlet. Okay, so whenever you're ready.
Oh, woe doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. Your sister is drowned, Laertes. There is a willow grows aslant a brook that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands did she come of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples that liberal shepherds give a grosser name, but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There, on the pendant boughs, her coronet weeds clambering to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook, her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like, a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be till that her garments, heavy with her drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Thanks, Sheila. Such a sad one. Okay, lastly, we have Bill. The first round of the monologues. Okay, Bill is going to do. Boy, Henry V. That's at the end of Act 3, Scene 2 of Henry V. It's just after Llewellyn's just told the others up to the breach, you dogs, and he stays behind. Okay, so
3-2. Oh, okay. As young as I am.
yeah, as young as I am one.
Okay. As young as I am, I have observed these three swashers. I am a boy to them, all three, but all they three, though they would serve me, could not be man to me, for indeed 3 such antics do not amount to a man. For Baldolph, he is white-livered and red-faced, by the means whereof faces it out, but fights not. But for Pistol, he hath a killing tongue and a quiet sword, by the means whereof he breaks words, and keeps whole weapons. For Nym, he hath heard that men of few words are the best men, and therefore he scorns to say his prayers, lest there should be thought a coward. But his few bad words are matched with as few good deeds, for he never broke any man's head but his own, and that was against a post when he was drunk. They will steal anything and call it purchase. Bardolph stole a lute case, bore it 12 leagues, and sold it for 3 halfpence. Nym and Bardolph are sworn brothers in filching, and in Calais they stole a fire shovel. I knew by that piece of service the men would carry coals. They would have me as familiar with men's pockets as their gloves or their handkerchiefs, which makes much against my manhood, if I should take from another's pocket to put into mine. For it is plain pocketing up of wrongs. I must leave them and seek some other service. Their villainy goes against my weak stomach, and therefore I must cast it up. See?
Okay, thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone, for the good jobs on the monologues. I see, looks like Henry is still with us. He said he had to leave early. Henry, are you still with us? I guess not. So we'll leave him out of it. I was wondering, since I saw he seemed to still be in the stream, if he might be able to, as long as we made sure that the scene that we assigned him to, he went first. But that looks like even though his camera is still on, I don't see him. Okay, so that said, let's get. So we need roles for 5 people here. Okay. Julius Caesar, Cassius and Brutus. So Julius, Act 4, Scene 3. Cassius, Brutus. As you like it, this one, like Audrey, William, and this is mainly touchstone scenes. So Audrey and William, I'll just assign to other people because people who get those roles are going to be disappointed with them. So I won't make that be their turn, the person that plays those. But touchstone will be one of the roles that's a good scene for him. So that's a third character. So we need 2 more. Sorry, okay, Two Gentlemen of Verona, Act 4, Scene 4. This is another. Okay, Sylvia is. I marked that with asterisk to indicate Sylvia is another role that's very small, and the person that gets it complains. So so Sylvia will be another one I'll just assign to somebody, and then that 5th role would be doing a second monologue. So Sylvia. Okay, so here's the for the 5 of us, the roles that we have to choose from. Audrey and William, those are too small. I'm just going to give those to somebody who's already doing something else just to fill in. So that, and then Sylvia, I'll just kind of give that. I'll give that to somebody. But the 5 decent role choices will be Cassius, Brutus in Act 4, Scene 3. Touchstone, Julia in Two Gentlemen of Verona, and the 5th choice will be a second monologue. I went first one. I'm gonna take Touchstone. I'm gonna do Touchstone. I'll assign other people to be Audrey and William. Let's see, John, it's your turn. John, what would you like?
Monologue, please.
Okay, so John's going to do a second monologue. Maggie, what would you like?
I will take Brutus.
So Maggie's going to do Brutus. Sheila.
Yay, I want to do Cassius. I'm very happy.
That'll be the 2 ladies will be Cassius and Brutus, and then
Bill gets to be Julia.
oh yeah, so Bill is going to be Julia, and then okay, I'll assign the roles when we get there. So let's start with so Cassius.
I have it open, so are you too, Sheila?
Yes.
Brutus.
Okay. After I said that, let me find it again. Okay.
Okay,
Tell
so
us
whenever you 2 are ready. This.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me fix the typo in the banner I made.
Okay. Go right ahead, dear. I got my adrenaline going. I'm good.
All I have is the page, so I don't see what's happening.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardinians, wherein my letters, praying on his side because I knew the man, were slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offence should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm to sell and mart your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm? You know that you are Brutus that speak this, or by the gods, this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement does therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body that did stab and not for justice? What, shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bay not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself. Or hedge me in. I am a soldier, older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to. You are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frighted when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure this?
All this, aye, more. Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth, I'll use you for my mirth, yea, for my laughter when you are waspish.
Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not?
No.
Oh, what durst not tempt him?
For your life you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass me by as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me. For I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends, be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts. Dash him to pieces.
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. It was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath rived my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
A flatterer's would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony and young Octavius, come, revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep mine spirit from mine eyes. There's my dagger, and here my naked breast, with a heart dearer than Plutus, mine, richer than gold, if that thou beest a Roman. Take it forth. I that denied thee gold will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar. For I know when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than ever thou lovest Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will. It shall have scope. Do what you will. Dishonor shall be humor. Oh, Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who, much enforced, shows a hasty spark and straight is cold again.
As Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him.
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Oh, Brutus,
What's the matter?
have not you love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. And from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
Scene.
Okay, great. So, so here's what I was looking at this. I thought if we could do, I'm gonna do the "As You Like It" scene. If we could do, it's Act 5, Scene 1. I was gonna say let's have Maggie do Audrey. It'll be her and me when it starts, and then John, if you could take William, he comes in briefly in the middle of that scene. So I figure you'll still do your monologue, but I just need to fill a small role in here. So it'll be Maggie will be my Audrey, and John will be my William, and then Sheila, you can be Sylvia to Bill's Julia in the next scene. So.
Oh, okay. What could you please tell me quickly where we?
Act 5, Scene 1 of As You Like It, and it says enter William about midway through. It starts. So I'm going to take you out, and I'll put you back in when it says enter William. But I want to make sure that you find where the scene is before we start.
I have trouble with.
John, can you look in the chat? I could put a link.
Sure. Yeah, I have trouble. I have trouble with what's the one that we use? I'm not MIT.
I'm not using that actually, but so far it's been working with everybody.
Okay, if you want to put that in the chat,
I did. Nice. I put it in.
Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you very much.
You found it now, John?
Well, he hasn't opened it yet, but it's
Just
coming.
click
And
on
just
it.
let us know when you found it. Then I can take
Yeah,
you out.
I will. Okay,
It should open to the exact right place.
oh, really? Okay, Act 5 then. Okay.
Scene 1,
Yeah.
the forest.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll take you out and I'll put you in when it says enter William. Okay. We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough for all the old gentleman's saying.
A most wicked Sir Oliver, Audrey, a most vile Martext. But Audrey, there's a youth here in the forest lays claim to you.
I know who 'tis. He hath no interest in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean.
It is meat and drink to me to see a clown. By my troth, we that have good wits have much to answer for. We shall be flouting, we cannot hold.
Good evening, Audrey.
Good eve, God ye good even, William.
And good evening to you, sir.
Good even, gentle friend. Cover thy head, nay, prithee be covered. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
A ripe age. Is thy name William?
William, sir.
A fair name. Wast born in the forest here?
I, sir, I thank God.
Thank God, a good answer. Art rich?
Faith, sir, so.
So is good, very excellent good, and yet it is not. It is but so. Art thou wise?
I, sir, I have a pretty wit.
Why, thou sayest well. I do now remember a saying, the fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The heathen philosopher, when he had a desire to eat a grape, would open his lips when he put it into his mouth, meaning thereby that grapes were made to eat and lips to open. You do love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me your hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Then learn this of me. To have is to have, for it is a figure in rhetoric that drink being poured out of a cup into a glass, by filling the one doth empty the other. For all your writers do consent that ipse is he. Now you are not ipse, for I am he.
Which he, sir?
He, sir, that must marry this woman. Therefore, you clown, abandon, which is in the vulgar leave, this society, which is the boorish company, of this female, which is the common as woman, which together is, abandon the society of this female, or clown, thou perishest. Or to thy better understanding diest, or to it I kill thee, make thee away, translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will deal in poison with thee, or in bastinado, or in steel. I will bandy with thee in faction. I will o'errun thee with policy. I will kill thee with 150 ways. Therefore tremble and depart.
Do, good William.
God rest you merry, sir.
Trip, Audrey, trip. I attend. Okay. That was fun. So let's see. Now we have so Sheila and Bill are going to be Sylvia and Julia. I was focusing on the other scene. Have you both found where you're starting from here?
No. I've got the scene, but what part of the scene?
About halfway down Proteus' exit, and Julia has a monologue.
Halfway down. Okay, starting with how many women?
Yes, Mark, did you want to take me out until Sylvia's entrance?
I'm gonna have to find the scene if I do that, because that way I need to know the cue to put you back in. Let's see. It's Act 4, Scene. So Julie has a monologue starting. Where?
After
How
Proteus.
many women do such a message? That's okay, great. So I'll take you out, and Bill will start with Julia's monologue, and we'll go from there.
Okay. How many women would do such a message? Alas, poor Proteus. Thou hast entertained a fox to be the shepherd of thy lambs. Alas, poor fool. Why do I pity him that with his very heart despiseth me? Because he loves her. He despises me. Because I love him, I must pity him. This ring I gave him when he parted from me, to bind him to remember my goodwill. And now am I, unhappy messenger, to plead for that which I would not obtain, to carry that which I would have refused, to praise his faith which I would have dispraised. I am my master's true confirmed love, but cannot be true servant to my master unless I prove false traitor to myself. Yet will I woo for him, but yet so coldly as heaven it knows, I would not have him speed. Gentlewoman, good day, I pray you. Be my mean to bring me where to speak with Madam Sylvia.
What would you with her, if that I be she?
If you be she, I do entreat your patience to speak me the message I am sent on.
From whom?
From my master, Sir Proteus, madam.
Ah, he sends you for a picture.
Aye, madam.
Ursula, bring my picture here. Go, give your master this. Tell him from me, one Julia, that his changing thoughts forget would better fit his chamber than this shadow.
Madam, please you peruse this letter. Pardon me, madam. I have unadvised delivered you a paper that I should not. This is the letter to your ladyship.
I pray thee, let me look on that again.
It may not be, good madam, pardon me.
There, hold. I will not look upon your master's lines. I know they are stuffed with protestations and full of new-found oaths, which he will break as easily as I do tear his paper.
Madam, he sends your ladyship this ring.
The more shame for him that he sends it me, for I have heard him say 1,000 times his Julia gave it him at his departure. Though his false finger have profaned the ring, mine shall not do his Julia so much wrong.
Oh, she thanks you.
What sayest thou?
I thank you, madam, that you tender her, poor gentle woman. My master wrongs her much.
Dost thou know her?
Well, almost as well as I do know myself. To think upon her woes, I do protest that I have wept 100 several times.
Belike she thinks that Proteus has forsook her.
I think she doth, and that's her cause of sorrow.
Is she not passing fair?
She hath been fairer, madam, than she is. When she did think my master loved her well, she, in my judgment, as fair as you, but since she did neglect her nook and glass and threw her sun-expelling mask away, the air hath starved the roses in her cheeks and pinched the lily tincture of her face, that now she is become as black as I.
How tall was she?
About my stature. For at Pentecost, when all our pageants of delight were played, our youth got me to play the woman's part. And I was trimmed in Madame Julia's gown, which served me as fit by all men's judgments, as if the garment had been made for me. Therefore I know she is about my height, and at that time I made her weep a good, for I did play a lamentable part. Madam, 'twas Ariadne passioning for Theseus's perjury and unjust flight, which I so lively acted with my tears that my poor mistress moved therewithal and wept bitterly, and would I might be dead if I in thought felt not her very sorrow.
She is beholding to thee, gentle youth. Alas, poor lady, desolate and left. I weep myself to think upon thy words. Here, youth, there is my purse. I give thee this for thy sweet mistress' sake, because thou lovest her. Farewell.
And she shall thank you for it. If e'er you knew her, a virtuous gentlewoman, mild and beautiful, I hope my master's suit will be but cold. Since she respects my mistress's love so much, alas, how love can trifle with itself. Here is her picture. Let me see. I think if I had such a tire, this face of mine were full as lovely as this of hers. And yet the painter flattered her a little, unless I flatter myself too much. Her hair is auburn. Mine is perfect yellow. If that be all the difference in his love, I'll get me such a colored periwig, her eyes gray as glass, and so are mine. Ay, but her forehead's low, and mine's as high. What should it be that he respects in her, but I can make respective in myself? If this is fond love, were not a blinded God, come, shadow, come, and take this shadow up, for 'tis thy rival. O thou senseless form, thou shalt be worshipped, kissed, loved, and adored. And were there a sense in his idolatry, my substance should be statue in thy stead. I will use thee kindly for thy mistress's sake that used me so. Or else, by Jove, I vow, I should have scratched out your unseeing eyes to make my master out of love with thee. Exit.
Okay. Okay, great, everybody. Lastly, however, when it was his turn to choose, John chose to do a second monologue. So that's going to be the final performance. Is John's going to do one more monologue, and then we'll call it a day. So John's second monologue is going to be Duke Senior. Now, my brothers and crewmates, I believe it's the top of the scene, Act 2, Scene 1, and As You Like It.
You know, I just see you and me on a blank screen. So all you'd have to do, I can't see anything else. So say that again, what it is.
Duke Senior, As You Like It, Act 2, Scene 1. I believe it's the very beginning of the scene. Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, that one.
Okay. Except now, how do I don't know. I have a screen that I can't even get out of here. I don't even know how to get out of it.
Let's see if I can.
I've never seen this screen before. I've got you and me here, side by side. Duke Senior at the bottom, but I can't. I can't.
Let me paste it in the chat.
I can't. Do I have chat? I don't have a chat. I don't see it.
Oh, looks like Sheila already did it.
Let me try something. Oh, I did it.
You got it now?
Yeah. Well, control. Yeah, control. Yeah.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
I don't have it now. Now I'm able to find it. Okay, As You Like It, Act 1, Scene 5. Can you hear me?
No, it's Act 2. It's Act 2, Scene 1. Begin.
And it's who it is again? A Duke Senior, and his first words are, please.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile.
Okay, got it. Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which when it bites and blows upon the body, even still I shrink with cold. I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors, that feelings persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head, and this our life exempt from public haunt finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. I would not change it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, John, and thanks everybody for your good performances today. Always fun meeting up with you guys. So thank you. I hope that people watching enjoyed, and hope you'll join us the same time next week for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge here on this channel. Bye now, everybody. Take care.